Senator Lindsey Graham says he has little confidence the negotiations will end well. And Senator Graham joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So why do you say you have little confidence?
Well, everybody in the region, the Arabs and the Israelis, are very worried about the deal that they've been briefed about. And we're chasing the Iranians past a deadline that we set. And I never thought I'd live to hear myself say this, but John Kerry listened to Howard Dean. When Howard Dean says it's time to walk away, it's time to walk away.
Well, it seems to me that one of the most important questions I have is that as these negotiations go beyond the deadline, that, it's always good to have the other side talking, at the table talking. But what I want to know is whether or not, while these negotiations are going on, are the Iranians enriching any uranium? Because I've heard so many things about their breakout period being 2 or 3 months. Do we know for certain there is no enrichment happening right now while we're at the table?
Well, there's definitely enrichment going on. Part of the hang-up is that the Iranians want a research and development component to their nuclear program with advanced centrifuges that could turn material into weapons-grade levels within a matter of months. You're talking about 6,000 plus centrifuges. You're talking about giving the Iranians a capacity to go nuclear in terms of a bomb within a matter of months, not a year. And the whole goal of the negotiations a year and a half ago was to dismantle the Iranian nuclear program. Now the goal is to contain them within a year, and nobody in the region is going to feel safe with a deal like that.
All right, so with us at the table, though, if they're still enriching, they have every incentive to keep us at the table just talking, because it's business as usual for them. That's sort of the curious part about it. Otherwise, it's good to stay at the table. But as long as they keep us talking and behind our back they're enriching, or whether it's even in front of us, that's their goal.
Well, I think their goal is to lock in a nuclear program that they can one day turn into a bomb with just a few months of breakout. This is North Korea in the making. The same people who are negotiating the Iranian deal also negotiated the North Korean deal, and you saw how that ended. When the Israelis and the Arabs tell you with one voice that the deal that we're contemplating here creates regional instability, we should listen. We're talking about a very advanced enrichment program in the hands of the most radical Ayatollahs in the world, people who've killed American soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan. The Iranian regime has toppled 4 Arab capitals during the last year and a half, and we haven't mentioned that at all. So if I were John Kerry, I would walk away from the table and say sanctions are going to be reimposed, full-throated, and we're not coming back to the table to talk about your nuclear program until you stop destabilizing the regions. And
then what do you think happens? If Secretary Kerry walked away from the table right now, if President Obama said deal's up, time's up, what happens then?
Well, if you reimpose sanctions and you hang tough, they'll come back to the table. At the end of the day, the Iranians are going to keep playing us like a fiddle, try to extract more concessions. Everything's moved their way. If they don't believe we're going to use military force to stop a nuclear breakout, one day they're going to break out. So without the military option really on the table, you'll never get a good deal with the Iranians. I think they believe they're in a great spot. They've probably got division between the P5+1. The longer they negotiate, the more John Kerry gives in. That model has to give away to breaking away and telling the Iranians, no more negotiations about your nuclear ambitions until you stop wreaking terror throughout the region.
What do you think President Obama's thinking tonight?
I think he wants a deal so bad he can't stand it. Ben Rhodes had said that a nuclear deal with Iran is equivalent to Obamacare on the domestic front. Here's what I think President Obama is thinking. I want to deal with the Iranians, and that will be my legacy, and he'll be disappointed if they walk away. At the end of the day, President Obama is negotiating against himself. The goal of dismantling their program has given away to try to contain them within a year. And here's what President Obama is about to do. He's about to lock in a nuclear program in the hands of the Ayatollahs that will make the Arabs go get their own bomb and put Israel in a bind so they may have to use military force. In trying to neuter the nuclear ambitions of the Iranians, he's about to set in motion a nuclear arms race in the Mideast.
Senator, thank you, sir.
Thank you.